And what differentiates PS Prep, if that is indeed the vehicle that is chosen, from other preparedness programs?
Well, I think PS Prep brings a variety. First of all, it brings a lot of attention to this particular topic. And with that attention comes a lot of education, a lot of thoughtful response by organizations that are out looking at this. So the first thing it does is it promotes it as these standards as a topic that needs attention, that needs to be reviewed. Secondly, it provides, as I mentioned before, a wider framework and flexibility. People have the ability to certify to one of several different standards in the program, and that variety allows one to take care of the different diverse businesses and the requirements and different natures of their particular businesses. I think the other thing that PS Prep does is it sets a framework and a vision for the future. It's really talking about leadership, American leadership, it's talking about preparedness leadership, it's talking about business leadership. And being part of that program, being able to share in a community where there's an ever-growing number of people with whom you can draw on from their experience, their knowledge, is beneficial. We've seen this again in other standards that have been embraced, and that peer review, that peer discussion, that understanding, that common vocabulary, I think really brings a tremendous amount of value to the program.
Okay. And talk to us now about the impact of LSU and how it represents their efforts in, again, research and preparedness.
Right, so the Stevenson Disaster Management Institute at LSU was set up right after Katrina, and it's really focused on helping to help apply business principles to the disaster management field. And so the research that we're conducting at SDMI is focused on a variety of different topics. We're looking at financial justification models and arguments for small and mid-sized businesses. We're looking at supply chain issues. We're looking at social and community resiliency issues. So all of these are circulating in, and PS Prep is one of the foundation pillars of our work and our discussions, because it really is a guiding light that's really driving businesses towards being better prepared. And in that context, it really allows us to frame our research and put our work in a position that can be explained and articulated well to businesses of all sizes. And by the way, our nature and our mission is international, so it really gives us an opportunity to point to a real-life example here in the U.S. as a model that other countries can begin to follow.
Okay. Can we repeat that one? I just want to make sure we've got a couple of acronyms in there, and I want to make sure that we spell those out. Namely the LSU and the, you mentioned
SDMI,
yeah.
right.
So just, you can make it a little bit more concise, but can we go back to
I'll try.
The impact? What's the impact
Sure.
to?
Sure, right. So at Louisiana State University, LSU, one of the research institutes that was set up after Hurricane Katrina hit was set up by the Stevenson family, and it's referred to as the Stevenson Disaster Management Institute, or we refer to it as SDMI. The mission of SDMI is to look at applying business principles to the field of disaster management. And so in that sense, PS Prep we see as one of the pillars upon which we're building our research. We're investigating a variety of different topics related to financial justification for small and mid-sized businesses, to engage in increased preparedness and levels of preparedness. We're trying to understand how to take this international and take the good examples of this particular program and introduce them. We have active programs in South America and in Europe and elsewhere. So that's really why LSU SDMI is so much in favor and is tracking, is very, very supportive of all the initiatives that are going around at the PS Prep program.
And just in lieu of the news recently about AT&T's continuity division certifying to PS Prep, as an industry professional, what's your thought? Just elevates the industry.
Well, congratulations to AT&T for grabbing the high ground. You know, there's something called the first mover advantage, and your ability to go off to your client base and announce to the world that we're not only an organization that offers good priced, high quality products, but we're also a reliable and dependable player in the marketplace, I think speaks volumes to their ability to be differentiated in the marketplace. So the AT&T announcement is a very significant announcement. It's a well-known name, it's a reputable name, it's a name that wouldn't have engaged in this lightly. I'm sure they were quite thoughtful in their decision to do this. And they're really, once again, setting an example. So congratulations to them for trying to show thought leadership in this area. I think they've done a remarkable job in doing this, and I'm quite sure that there are many, many of their competitors are now scratching their heads saying, how quickly can we join the PS Prep program as well?
I love the response. I think we need to say what they've done, what the announcement was. I don't think we said that.
Okay.
So can you do it again?
Sure, try.
Okay. So what are your thoughts about the AT&T announcement?
Well, the announcement that AT&T has certified the PS PrEP, I think, is a remarkable announcement, and congratulations to them for what they did. It's clearly their decision on the part of the executives to really grab the high ground and show a thought leadership in the marketplace. If I were an AT&T competitor, I think I'd be saying, how quickly can I join the PS PrEP program? Because AT&T has certainly gained a market advantage by doing this. And I think the message that they're sending is a profound one. Not only are they going to compete in terms of a low-cost, high-quality product, now what they're saying is we're also going to compete based on dependability and reliability. And as you think about choosing vendors, as you think about who do you want to have as a business partner, it's no longer enough to say that they have a good price and they have good quality. You got to know that when things turn tough and when a disaster strikes, you want to be able to rely on a company. And the strong message in bright lights through their participation in the certification that AT&T is sending to the world is, no matter what occurs, we're going to be there and we're going to be ready. You can depend on us. I think it gives them a major market advantage.
Thank you very much, Don Byrnes.
Okay.
Good job.